Hi, good morning. So you're probably wondering why I got a towel on my head. In short, I woke up very congested, which you might be able to tell right now. I'm pretty sure due to the allergies because I don't think I have a cold or anything. They were just monstrous. Like my throat is so sore. And as you can tell, I'm congested throughout my sinuses, but thankfully things have gotten better. But while I was preparing everything to help take care of myself because I am an herbalist, I decided to make a video about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Granted, it's not going to look the most put together as I want it to be, but just the way that my life has been so far, this is what I got. But I promise you, the wisdom here is not something that you want to miss. So yesterday, I started feeling like not really scratching my throat, but almost like my throat was like getting bigger, like very inflamed. And this morning, I woke up, my lymph nodes were inflamed. My throat hurt so bad, and it's so hard to get mucus out at the same time. So I had a few ideas. I knew that I could steam. If you're familiar with steaming, steaming is where essentially you're making like, you can think of it as like a tea. It's a tea or like a soup where you would just put like herbs or like fruit in a pot, heat it up, and then you put towel over your head, take in the good ingredients. But I also remember that I can make a tea. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a steam, how to make a tea, and also how to make a pot of greens too. I'll admit this pot of greens can be kind of small because I don't have everything that I would normally use. But here's what I got. Okay, I'm trying to do my best. I'm using a tripod thingy here. So right here is where I had the steaming. As I said before, I was congested. Good Lord, congested. You can see my spread here. Steaming, tea, pot of greens. Right here, steaming here is great for breaking up mucus, but also releasing waste. Waste is great for opening up your pores as well. So in here, hope you can see pretty good, I have a lemon peel. That's like a couple of pieces of lemon. Pretty good lemon too, it's kind of sweet. Bay leaf, clove, rosemary, and I believe that's oregano in there. I don't remember, I don't have the label, but I think it was oregano. But these are great for breaking up mucus. These are very antimicrobial, antibacterial. Enhances the positive aspects of your immune system. Using distilled water, because you don't want to put in that tap water stuff. You don't want that stuff going back in your face. So I highly suggest you use distilled or basically distilled water. I guess you could get away with like purified water, but I would definitely suggest distilled water since there's nothing in it. But what I did essentially, I heated it up, a little boiling. You don't really want it to boil too much, but essentially just put this towel over your head, stick your head over the pot, inhale that good stuff, and it just releases all that gunk out of your sinuses, out of your face. And honestly, you're more than welcome. It's completely safe to drink this too. This will take care of the stuff on the inside too. I'll actually probably refrigerate and drink it later tonight, probably. But the great thing about rosemary, oregano, those are definitely like heat. I would call them heat builders. Same thing with clove. They do release heat throughout the body, but also their own chemical activity. So it's definitely going to release all that gunk that's sitting up in there. I'm pretty sure for me, pretty sure this is all coming from pollen and stuff. But for all I know, the way that things are at my job, they don't clean stuff. I'll get to that later. But moving on to greens. Now the greens, bit different because again, I don't have all my ingredients. I'm just making this based on what I have. But pot of greens, you can really make it as you choose. Ooh, let's steam. This steam. Okay, but essentially pot of greens, you want water, plants, and it's really safe if you want to up your game. Add bone broth or add like beef bone. I guess you could probably use pork bone as well, but I only use beef because I don't eat chicken. Probably beef, lamb, things like that, but animal bone because that collagen, the minerals, that's how you get a bone broth. Bone broth is extremely beneficial, not just like if you have allergies, but just your overall health, honestly. Bones, the cartilage contains so many nutrients that it's great for gut healing. I've had to deal with dysbiosis. It's great for gut healing. It's great if you have a cold, if you're dealing with allergies. Overall health, bone broth is the way to go. But I added dandelion greens. I added collard greens. Before I did have mustard greens, but I just kept it simple. That's what I had. You could add mustard greens, turnip greens. I did say dandelion. Yeah. All kinds of roots as well. Think of anything, especially if you're out foraging or if your ancestors were out in the country like my people were, because my people are from Louisiana and Arkansas, sharecroppers. Like their medicine was the stuff, what I'm showing you right here. This is the medicine. This is great for minerals. Again, the heat builders, you have the spices of where you have the Yeah, I guess mustard green could be a spice because mustard greens is hot. The rosemary, the oregano, I added rosemary and oregano, different heat builders, releasing gunk, adding minerals, antimicrobial, enhances positive effects of the system. But it's also very warming as well because I know that we're entering spring or spring type seasons. Things like this are still beneficial, honestly. Concoctions like this are still very beneficial. You can still add things like onion. You can add, I forgot to add garlic. I will add garlic, but you can add things like onion, garlic, other sulfuric ingredients as well. Sulfur, think of sulfur and heat, releasing gunk from the body, and overall enhancing the positive aspects that you want to see in yourself, that you want to bring out in yourself. And it probably sounds like a little bit of woo-woo, because you're probably thinking like, I thought we were talking about physical healing. Yes, but physical healing is related to your emotional and spiritual healing as well. Every ingredient here, every plant, even the bones as well, they not only carry energy, but they also carry healing properties too for the whole being, which is a big thing for me as an herbalist because yes, I do work with plants, but I do know that plants have their own energy, they have their own personalities, they have their own lives, they have their own spirits. And everything, I kid you not, everything is related to either bring out life or to enhance, either to enhance your life or to degrade your life. These ingredients right here are here to enhance your life. That's for another lesson. Lastly, the lid is not too hot, so we can lift it off. This is a tea. This is a mix of a tea that I made. I did make some adjustments to it. There's going to be one ingredient that I normally wouldn't add, I realized. But this tea I created last night to release the mucus, but also help my sore throat because my throat hurts so bad. But if you can tell in here, that green thing right here, I did add some rosemary to it just because I love rosemary. It's been a huge help for me spiritually, but also for my own like herbal practice. You'll learn as I keep on making content is that I have emotional and spiritual relationships with plants. Rosemary is one of the closest ones, as well as some others. But I put rosemary in here. I did not put oregano, but I put elderflower. I put a little bit of ginger because ginger is a great heat builder. You do not need a lot of ginger. Lemon balm as well, antiviral. Also very calming as well. Well, I would say it's not going to knock you out, but it definitely make you more relaxed. Oregano, let's see. Oh, no oregano. What else did I put in there? I put in nettle leaf. Nettle leaf is an antihistamine, which for what I'm dealing with right now, I believe histamine is I think it's a hormone. Forgive me if I have it wrong, but I think histamine is a hormone. But the nettle leaf itself releases antihistamines to where it'll help reduce the histamine reaction my body's having, which is the reaction to the pollens and allergens and everything like that. As well as, what else did I put in here? It's nettle, it is rosemary, it is elderflower. I put in mullein flower before because I love mullein flower, but mullein is very mucilaceous, as meaning it'll enhance mucilage or mucus, which I forgot last night, so I wouldn't normally put mullein in here, but there's mullein in here, as well as, thyme. One of the things you'll learn when it comes to your own herbal healing, herbs are your best friend. Sorry you're hearing my drying in the background, but herbs are going to be your best friend. Absolutely. They are so potent, not just in their specific taste, but just the good ingredients that they offer you overall. Because with spices, think spice, think heat. Again, think about the heat builders. And I was talking about the oregano and the rosemary. These, again, antibacterial, antimicrobial, help release the gunk as well. But generally, these are just overall beneficial herbs for your whole being. Like, I'm so excited to drink this. I mean, granted, I know the rosemary is going to kind of the rosemary gives its own little personality, but I really just threw it in there because I knew it was going to have a great effect. But I'd say when you're making herbal medicine, you can make it for taste, but more so make it. Don't forget that you're making it to create a certain type of action or bring about a certain kind of result. You don't want it to be like super sugary because you're not trying to enhance sugar. My goal is to release mucus. My goal is to enhance healing, to prompt my body to heal and to release the pollens and everything that's being held up inside. As far as sourcing your ingredients, of course, you can get these things from the grocery store. I highly recommend, if you can, try getting to a farmer's market. Like where I am in Texas, there's this place called Cox Farmers Market, as well as there's different local markets around the DFW area. I highly recommend that over the grocery store because the quality of the product that you're getting in terms of vitamin, the soil quality, even the treatment of the plant itself, as well as flavor is going to be much better, much more potent. Not to say you can't get the same thing. Well, you can't get something good from the grocery store, frozen vegetables. You can, trust me, you can. But I cannot stress enough getting ingredients from either a whole food source, organic source, or prepply farmers market, or something that was well crafted. I cannot stress that enough. But I will make more content later on in another day once where my life is together. I'm gonna share with you what's been going on. it's been a journey. We'll put it that way. But yeah, as far as bone broth, if you can't make a bone broth, I forgot to mention this before. You can get store-bought bone broth. I got this from Natural Grocers. I forget where else you can get it. It's either Whole Foods or Sprouts, but I feel like Whole Foods had it. I'm kind of forgetting right now though. But you can buy bone broth. I'd say whenever you're buying a store-bought product or a prepared product, check your ingredient list more than anything. Due to the diet that I've been on for my own healing, I'm very specific about the kind of things I get. Like the ingredients here are things that are safe for me for the most part. Because for example, I can't have like a lot of peppers or really peppers in general, just based upon my own healing. Not to say that you can't have peppers. Peppers are great for releasing congestion, great for enhancing healing. Peppers are amazing overall. So if you can add peppers, do it. If you can't, try to get creative. Try to use things that are related to peppers or things related to things that you can't have, so that you can have the same effect. But I just want to say thank you for your time. Sorry that it's not together. I gotta fix this video. It's not as together as the way I'd like it to be. But this is where my life is right now. I will elaborate on what has been happening. It's been great and not so great. We'll put it that way. But I am committed to not giving up. I'll put it that way. But thank you so much for watching. I look forward to showing more information about how to better take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Remember, you are the best person to take care of yourself and to enhance your life. Talk to you soon.